Hey, my friends, how are you doing? Thanks for joining my chat today for my live stream. Where's my chat window? There we go. Hi. How are you doing? I hope you're having a nice day. Is the sound on? Yes, the sound is on. Okay, perfect. So nice of every one of you. Thank you very much. Coart, thank you very much. Alain, thank you. Or Ellen, sorry, from France. Hi. Andreas, thank you for the wishes. Agnes, thank you very much. Just Dude, thank you very much also. Really cool. By the way, today is not my birthday. Just to point that out, like my real birthday is on the 29th September. So this is like next Tuesday, but I'm still doing the live stream today. Yeah, because next Tuesday I'm doing the drop of the new creative pack. So there wouldn't have been time, and I wanted to do it like we wanted to try to do a Sunday stream. Okay. Okay. Hi, Michael. Best wishes to Panama. Thank you very much. Thank you, Kenya, for the best wishes. And by the way, you can wish me happy birthday even if it's just in the next day. So don't worry about that. I'm not superstitious like that. Hi, Alex. Thank you for the wishes. Hi, Tormod. Thanks for the wishes. And Charlie, thank you very much. Really nice. Okay, so let's see how many people are going to join today. This is, by the way, one topic I also want to talk about today is the time of streaming and the day of streaming. What could work better. Hi, Andreas. Thank you very much for the good wishes. Thank you. Thank you, Hugo. Very nice. So nice. Really cool. Always my favorite to do the live stream, to talk with you, to see you in the chat. Really cool. Thank you very much, Paul. Really amazing. Okay. It's really cool. Good. Okay. So that's very nice. Okay. By the way, I think this kind of went under a little bit. I did like a donation call in my Facebook group as a birthday action, which maybe is a good idea. I don't know. I thought if you want to give me something, that would be good. Like a donation would be good. Not to me, to the World Wildlife Fund. So not to me, but like for nature. So yeah. Thank you very much, everybody. Yeah, I will show you in the stream. I will also link it afterwards. But let's talk a little bit about you and me and, well, how is your day and all these good things. Thank you very much, Richard. Thank you, Guy. Really nice. Just do this in. Okay. Oh, by the way, I have a hat. Should I wear the hat? I have to try if that works because it's like this golden hat, but maybe it reflects. I'm back in a second. I just thought about that. Let's see if that works. I don't know. Oh, it's a little bit dusty. There we go. Too much time without parties because of Corona. So there we go. Hey, it actually works. I thought this might look silly because it's, or not work because of the reflections, but it actually does. So I have a little bit. I was thinking about like they have these hats. They look like birthday cakes, but I didn't get one of those. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Martin. Very nice of you. Yeah, so now I have my birthday hat here. I had this for several years. I really like it. Oh, my cat is playing with my audio cables. No. Come on. Ah. All right, there we go. I think I should turn off the sound from the computer. There we go. Okay. Yeah, my Oliver, that's right. My birthday is on Tuesday, not today, but don't worry about that. That's okay. You can wish me best of birthday today. I don't have a problem with that. Thank you, Volkmar. Really nice. Thank you very much. Yeah. By the way, today I also made a topic list, so that's good. To like get the stream more structured. I think maybe that's a good idea to do that. Distinguished gentlemen's right. Today, here in Ghent and surroundings feel knackered. What does knackered mean? I've never heard that. Okay. Not a birthday suit. No, that's not a good idea, especially not on YouTube. YouTube does not like that. I think YouTube is one of the more restrictive sites when it comes to streaming in all kinds of regards. 50? I'm not getting 50. Thank you, Linda. Do I look that old? Maybe I do because of the beard. No, I'm getting 43 today. Not today, sorry. Next Tuesday. I'm getting confused myself now. Thank you, Ingo. Really nice. Best wishes to Belgium. Yeah. Rainmaker's tired. Me too. I just had a full cup of coffee, and now I have another giant cup of black tea with a ton of... Oh wow, almost kicked it on my computer with a ton of milk on it. So my good old... Oh, it means exhausted. I see. I've never heard that. Interesting. Knackered is tired. Okay. Okay, so that's what you said before when you said tired. I see. Okay. Charlie's 38. Interesting. Yeah. I have a very even spread of the age range. If you can trust YouTube statistics, I don't know about that, but it's everything between, I think, 19 and over 65, but very evenly. There's not really a spike in there, which is really surprising because usually you have like a crowd that is, let's say, 25 to 35 or 55 to 65. So there is the main crowd, but for me, it's really, really even spreaded, which is very interesting. Ah, that was for Mike. Okay, he has birthday today too, or what? I didn't see that. I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't see that. Okay, happy birthday, Mike. Okay, that's a good date. So 50 years, but you should be celebrating. You shouldn't be watching my stream. Although, okay, today it's like with the pandemic, probably not easy to throw a party at the moment. So, yeah, you are welcome to share this party with me. That's good also. Yeah, 50. That's a good age. And like, we are getting older and older each generation, so you might be in the middle of your life right now. We don't know. We might all get like 100 years old, maybe. I don't know. So that's really interesting. It's Cockney rhythm slang. I never understood that with the Cockney slang. It's really interesting. It's also funny, but I never understood, like, is it just anything that rhymes, or is it like specific words where you know that's the word for it? Because there's a lot of things that like rhyme on burger, but how do you know that that's the word? Is there like everybody decides, okay, this is the rhyming word that's then understood as burger? Like, I don't know. Stuff like that. So it's really interesting. Okay. Anybody else having a birthday either today or on the 29th of September? So next Tuesday. It shows the ratios of views with regards to age and locations. I didn't know that about Instagram. That's interesting. I have to look into that. They have statistics in their creator app. I've never looked into there, to be honest. So that's really interesting. Thank you, PM or Pope, for the best wishes. Really nice. Thank you, Joe, for the best wishes. All the best to Henton, Michigan. Oh, no, sorry, Henton is your name. I didn't see that. Okay. Why did you write your name and then the message? It's interesting. Yeah. By the way, do you have sometimes on social media, if I write a message, I also sign it with my name sometimes because I forget that, of course, like on your Facebook, everybody, it's like already your name on the message. So it doesn't really have a purpose, you know, to sign it like that. But sometimes I do. I don't know why, especially if it's official. It was invented in the 19th century in the East End of London and the docks as a way to confuse the policemen. Yeah, I know that about the policemen. Not the time, though. I didn't know about that. Were things that were missing from ships. Ah, okay, interesting. Yeah. I like the birthday hat. That's pretty nice. The golden hat. Yeah. From the paper age. Thank you, Zachary. Yeah. Oh, okay. So Ingo's girlfriend also has her birthday next Tuesday, 29th. Hey, I am Renzi. Thank you very much for joining. By the way, Renzi does also YouTube videos about Affinity Photo, maybe also designer. I think mainly Affinity Photo also. So yeah, there's a lot of other, like so many people are starting right now to do these channels. It's really interesting. My first time here, didn't know if my name would come up twice. Okay. Okay. Well, that's first time luck. That's good. Yeah. Owek, thank you very much for the best birthday wishes. All right. Okay. What did I want to do today to talk about? So I made a list. That's good. So this time I'm a bit more organized. Oh, yeah. You are welcome. Absolutely. Yeah. So you can check out his channel and have a look at what he does. Yeah, photo manipulations. So yeah, that's good. Everybody has a different take, so it's really nice to see different people also doing their channels, their kind of thing, stuff like that. By the way, I also want to get more organized. It's something I want to talk about today. Oh, really? Okay. So Volkmar's daughter also has birthday on the 29th of September or another month? She's a bit younger than you. I hope so. Yeah. Otherwise, you would be rather old, right? Or maybe not. I mean, I'm kind of in the age where, well, of course I'm in the age where you can have kids, but like where the kids themselves are grown-ups too, where like you can be 43 and have a daughter or a son who is 18 or 20 already, so which is kind of interesting that, I don't know, it's kind of strange, especially if you like for dating or something and you meet someone and they have grown-up kids, and you suddenly realize, wow, I'm old. I'm not like in the party age anymore, where you just go out all night long, and I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of it's interesting. You have that reminder at that point. You're like, oh wow, okay, time flies. Also September, wow, okay, that's interesting. Yeah. I'm old enough to be your mother. Wow, okay. Yeah, that's really interesting. Thank you, Mappa. Thank you very much. Okay, let's do some stuff. Oh, yeah, I wanted to show you that. 1 second. So just if you want to do it, you don't have to. It's just a thing I wanted to. I thought it's maybe a good idea for the community. Did I make that an announcement or not? Where is that? Oh, there we go. So I want to show you that real quick. Let's click on that so you can see maybe just that post. So I made this post here. Didn't really work so far. So I asked people they can donate to this, and for some reason, like I added WWF, which is the World Nature Fund, and it came up the Netherlands division, which I don't think matters because this is like the worldwide fund. So they do projects all over the world, no matter where the money goes. Yeah. So and yeah. I thought that might be a good idea. Right now it's at 165. I donated 150. Yeah, so didn't work too much in the community, but I understand that because a lot of people do that with these kind of donation things. It's maybe a little bit lame, but at the same time, I thought maybe it's a good idea, And I don't know, I'm always worried if I look at maps, and recently I did a lot of cycling, and you look at these maps and you see that everything is just fields and fields and fields. There's no forest left, nothing. Of course, in Austria, we have more forest because there's mountains, but everywhere where there is no mountain, there is just like fields and crops, and there's no nature left. It's really, really extreme, And you can look everywhere on the planet. It's really, let's have a look, like just, I don't know, maybe that's not a good birthday topic. But let's go to the satellite view. And you will see no matter where I go, Like, look at that. All these light parts, all of those are fields, and all of them that are not that are mountains, because there you can't make a field. So you can see here there is some kind of mountain stuff going on, and this is why there are trees. But the rest is just like, and this is Austria. But if you go to other parts of the world, let's go to, I don't know, where could we go? Let's go to India. So let's go in here and fields. There. I just picked a random place. Everything is fields. There's no forest left. Let's go to another part. Let's go to the USA. Where's that? Let's go here maybe. Let's see. And boom, it's just fields. There's a little bit of forest here and there, but nothing left. Look at that. This is mankind. I mean, that's worrying, I would say. So, yeah. If I would make a party, I would make it about like rebuilding, reforestation, of like just getting back. Look at that! There's nothing left. That's so crazy. Sorry, we should be about photo editing, but yeah, I just wanted to point that out. And it's like everywhere on the planet. If you go down here, probably the same thing. Yeah, there we go. South America, same thing. There's nothing left. We just ate it all. Just nom 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 all day long. It's really crazy. All right. That's the very happy birthday message. Okay, that was probably the worst birthday message ever. But yeah, just this is why I did this kind of donation. Maybe you want to join in. You don't have to, of course. What else do we want to talk about? Let's switch to the talk view. There we go. Where's my chat? There we go. Okay, my chatbot is already spamming some links. Oh, with my Instagram. Okay, interesting. Okay. Hey, Corny. Corinne, sorry. Oh, God, I read that completely wrong. Thank you for the birthday wishes. All right. What else did I want to talk about? So we have done this topic here. I can, like, delete that from the list. The next topic I want to talk about, oh yeah, a little bit about the stream time, the length and when to stream on what day. So just to hook up off these topics first. So today I'm trying out Sunday because maybe more people have time on Sunday than during the week, and especially because of the time zone. So when I stream now, it should be, let's see, in New York right now, it should be 12 o'clock, noon, New York time. What is it? Oh no, it's 2 p.m. Oh, that's good. On a Sunday, that's okay. You can watch during the day on a Sunday, so that's okay. Let's see. Los Angeles time. What is it there? Oh, there's 11, but that's still okay. 11 a.m. Yeah, that's 11 a.m. Yeah. Okay, so that's also okay. So maybe Sunday is better, you know? And also I want to reduce the stream time to maybe try out 2 hours today. So it's easier for people afterwards to watch it and to make it a little bit more focused. Of course, I already wasted, like not wasted, but spent 21 minutes of that. So yeah, we have to fly through the topics a little bit. Yeah, because like, of course, on other pages, like you have these streamers, they stream like 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, but it's like gaming. So you can join and leave at any time, doesn't really matter. And you wouldn't rewatch it because it doesn't make sense. But of course, if it's about photo editing and you show interesting stuff throughout the stream, it's kind of, yeah, different, you know what I mean? So maybe have it more focused. If you think that's a good idea, please let me know in the chat, because that would be really interesting. I will also maybe do a poll about that on in my Facebook group to see what people think about that, if that's a good idea to move it on to Sunday, keep the same time frame, same time slot, sorry, and then make it just shorter, like just 2 hours, and do like, also, I think maybe less of the reviews, so keep the reviews shorter and then do more of the photo editing, especially these compositions, or talk about photo editing stuff, you know? So that would be interesting. Like stuff we couldn't talk about in the normal videos, or maybe finding out if topics could be interesting. Yeah, let me know in the chat if you think that's a good idea to like change it like that. To Sunday, make it shorter, keep it more concentrated, all these kind of things. And yeah, Am I still on because nobody's using the chat right now? Oh, my chat is broken again. I'm seeing here on my live stream that someone is writing something. Wait a second, I will close that and then open it up again. Sometimes this pop-up window breaks and it doesn't work anymore. So what do we have here? I missed a lot of stuff. Brian, thank you very much. Alex says, I think a live stream is best to be kept around 1 hour. That's a little bit short, I think. Especially because I like to talk so much. Not sure if people 3 hours to spare. Maybe 3 hours is a little bit long. I understand that. Thank you, Maurizio, for the birthday wishes from Netherlands. It's 4 a.m. here where I am. Yeah, that's always, there might always be some like areas where the time is bad. But a lot of people come from Europe, the UK, the US, and Canada. So that's probably like 60 to 70% of my viewers come from these regions. So I'm trying to focus on that area. And then, of course, you have other areas, and you can't like make everybody happy, but to try to address as many people as possible. David King says, not a patron just yet, as only just started finding your tutorials, but really enjoying them. Will hope on to your Patreon till at least the end of the year and think they are worth a similar donation. Yeah, that would be cool. Absolutely. Yeah. I was thinking about I should have done it differently. Because I did that donation, I thought, why not? Let's do it. I could rather buy something for myself, or I can just give the money, but probably have more from giving the money, because like it saves the stuff around us and we want to take nice pictures of that. But I should maybe have done it differently, where I say you can donate during the live stream and I will match the donations. Maybe that would have made more sense, and then have like a top limit, but I already did the donation, so that doesn't, now I can't do it. So yeah, next time. All right. But thanks for becoming or wanting to become a patron. That's really helpful. And oh, by the way, another thing I wanted to talk about, sorry that I'm talking about so many things today, is let's go through the post first. Linda says, a lot of the time I'm working on stuff on my computer while running a stream in the background. That's awesome. And I switch back when I hear something interesting that I need to look at. That's awesome. By the way, if you have a little bit of money and you look at like at a used screen, you can, if you have a desktop or you have a laptop, you can have a second screen for very little money. You have to see if your computer has a second out, and then you have two screens. So you can work on one screen and watch stuff on the other screen. I do that a lot, which is really nice, especially if you don't have to pay too much attention to the other thing that's going on. So if you do, I don't know, your whatever, or you do your own photo editing and then watch a stream at the side, that's a good kind of way to do that. Or maybe an old laptop or something you can just put there, and then yeah, just an idea. Okay, Guy, thanks for joining, and sorry that you don't have time, but you can watch the replay. That's good. What was I talking about before? Oh yeah, another thing that I wanted to talk about is the memberships. Wait a second. So we did talk about the stream timing, so I can kick that out, and then we will do I will only do this, and then we will start with the reviewing of the photos you edit. The YouTube memberships. So I might cancel that. Maybe because I found out that YouTube is taking a lot higher percentage of the money than I thought they would. And it doesn't really make sense. So it probably is still better to be on Patreon, even if it's confusing for some people. But maybe that join button under the video is also confusing to people. And at the moment, YouTube is taking 50%. That is really a lot of money. That they officially say on the page is 30%, but probably there's some taxation and other stuff going on, and so it ends up to be 50%. And that's way too much, especially from your side, because I don't want you to waste your money. So it's kind of, you can see how that is kind of strange. Yeah, so I think about maybe changing that back just to Patreon again, and not having I thought it would be easier for people on YouTube, and a lot of people did join. But yeah, the conditions of YouTube are just very strange. That's just an idea that I put out. You can also tell me in the chat what you think about that. Richard says, it's great to hear your thoughts, but could you please put a shortened section video of your editing processing that you did during the streaming up along with the full episode? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Is iPad better? Wait, I think I'm missing some stuff here. Is my thing broken again? Let me close this again and reopen it. Okay, let's see. So what did I miss here? Thank you, Michael, for the birthday wishes. I use my iPad to run your tutorials while I'm following. That's also a good idea. Yeah, if you have an iPad and maybe a little iPad stand, that's also good as a second screen to watch streams and other stuff on there while you do things. So that's pretty cool. Or the phone, that's also a good idea. Didn't think about that. Yeah. So Richard says, it's great to hear your thoughts, but could you please put a shortened section video of your... I see. So I cut out the part. I was thinking about that too. So maybe that's also a good topic to bring up, that when I do these more advanced things in my stream from the composites, I was thinking like with the channel where you have... I think we talked about it last time, like Benny Productions or something, where he has these time lapses, and then I can talk over that a little bit with some thoughts of what I'm doing there, stuff like that. Not a full tutorial, because if the process on its own takes an hour, then the tutorial would take like 2 or 3 hours if you have to explain everything and go slow at the same time and make it like user friendly. Then it's a lot longer, so that wouldn't make sense. But as a time lapse, and I add some commentary to that, that could be interesting. I wanted to try that out. Thank you, John, for the birthday wishes, and also Mohammed, thank you very much for the birthday wishes. It's really cool. Okay, let's go to the reviews. So I have talked already for half an hour. Man, I can talk so much. It's really crazy. Where is the challenge for this week? There we go. Okay. You know, also the good thing about having the challenge on a Sunday is that you can actually use the weekend, because often I forget about posting it on the weekend, post it on Monday, and then it's on Thursdays the stream. So now if the streams would be on Sunday, you would still have a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday, like half of Sunday or something like that, to actually post your pictures. Okay, let's switch over to the work view. Boom, there we go. And here we have the challenge. So the first one is this one, which is kind of strange because it's just one object. And of course, one is an odd number, but it doesn't like fit the rule of odds. I wanted to post a link here. I forgot about that. We talked about that in the Angels group. I have some like a smaller group of people from my community that I ask about their advice, and we talk about concepts and ideas. And they said, hey, post a link so everybody understands that, because a lot of people didn't hear about that. And I forgot about that. But you can just Google that, you know, you just like, especially if you are in Google Chrome. I don't know how other browsers are doing that, but if you highlight something like so, and then you right click, you can go here, right here, to search Google for rule of odd. And then you do that, and then you come up with that. It's the first thing, you know, here that tells you what is it. So you can get a idea about that like that. Okay. Ian posted something where we have one object but with 3 limbs, basically, as he says. My website is not working, really? Let me see. It works for me. Wait a second. Is it maybe in the stream I have the wrong link? What kind of website doesn't work? So that also works, that link? It should work. But do you mean Instagram or something? Instagram also works. So I don't get a 403. All right, let's go back to the reviews. Maybe we can figure that out in a second. 403, yes. Everything seems to be using for me. Website is fine. Okay, that's good to know. All right. Okay, so I don't know why you remove the background like that, and it's also just one object. It does have like 3 limbs, so also not really the challenge. So Alan has put something here and skewed them a little bit. Oh, this is the original. Hey, that's actually interesting edit. If you look at the original picture. So that's interesting how you add this kind of effect and replace these eyes with the gradient and stuff like that and bent them, like melted them a little bit. So that's interesting. And I mean, the good thing about the odds, like the rule of odds, is that you don't have this kind of, how can I say, this kind of balance in there. It gives more of an action, more energy to the picture. You kind of feel a relation between the objects, and it's in a relation where the number is small enough to see a relation and not big enough to lose a relation. You know, if you have, like, for example, 7 people or 7 objects, that's already a little bit too much for our mind to really track all of these objects at the same time. But 3 is something that's easily to look at, easy to look at. So you will also see it with, okay, there's another one, which is very nice from NIK. This time I will go a little bit faster through the reviews. I do a different style where I point out things, and then if they repeat in other pictures, I kind of skip them so we don't have to go over the same thing again and again, you know, so we can keep the reviews a little bit shorter. Not working. Maybe it's your browser or something, because it's working for me. If I go on the page, it's working for me. So let's reload that again. It works for me, so I don't know what might be the problem. Maybe you have a caching problem, or you use a VPN and there might be a problem like that, but the page is working here for me. So yeah, that should work. Okay, let's go back to the review. So the good thing, like as you can see here, is and this is an actually good example, because with if you have like a number of odd objects in there, you can create this kind of drama and connection between these two, and the drama or the story that you create through that is different than when you only would have 2 characters, you know? So if I take this picture, for example, let's copy this over here to Affinity Photo, and then we would crop this like so that we only have 2 characters, you can see how this changes the dynamic. It's still dynamic, of course, they hunt each other, but now it's just the connection between these two, and it's just like there's just one line, you know, there's no other interaction going on there. And this is although it is dynamic, more static in the relation between the 2 people in here. But now if you wait, let's go back. If you have this odd number, wait, another window just opened. This creates a different relation, especially if you use it to enhance that relation too. As you can see, this figure here is looking on this character, and he is looking on that character, or both of them. So there is a relation between them where a lot more stuff is going on, and you can like play a lot more with story elements. Now, if you would have 4 characters, that's again different, and it again also it creates a balance. Like if you have 3, there's always kind of an imbalance, because you can always just have like a pair of 2 and then 1 with it. But if you have 4, you can have 2 pairs of 2. So it's kind of different. I'm not sure if I explained that too great right now. But I think you know what I mean. So an odd number is a really easy and nice element to work with in pictures. Here's also a good example. Wow, that's a lucky shot. Did you actually take the picture like that, or is it like you took 3 pictures and then edited them together? like on a tripod or something. For this, took a photo from my window, editing, steps, cropped, exposure, okay, denoise. So it's actually just one. Birds that duplicated layers, so I have only birds on layer. I'm not sure what now. Okay, let's not go through all the steps, but it's also interesting, you know? And the interesting thing also is that our mind always tries to figure out some kind of story, some kind of reasoning, some kind of connection between things. If something is going on, we also, like, this is the main task of our brain always, is to find out what is going on here. Why is this happening? Where did it come from, you know? And we do this automatically all the time. You will see if you encounter any kind of situation, you will automatically try to analyze it, what is going on. Also here, what is going on? Why is this bird flying away? Why is this bird coming here? Why is he looking at the sitting bird there? And like I said, with this low number of 3, which is really kind of a good number for odds, actually. Actually, it should be like the rule of 3, maybe. Because 5, again, is a little bit much. But 3 is kind of good. It's easy to follow. All right. Zachary has this. I'm not sure where the rule of odds here is. I mean, you have 3 pancakes, so maybe that, but they are in one stack. So I wouldn't see them as separate. I'm not sure about that. Let me close the chat window so I actually know that I get an updated version here. I've checked both Chrome and Firefox with same error. I'm from India. That's strange. I don't know why. Hi, Ian. Thanks for the birthday wishes. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you, Will, for the birthday wishes. Really nice. Yours was yesterday, and mine is next Tuesday. It's not today. So best wishes to Moscow also. No, Moscow, Idaho. You have a Moscow in Idaho? That's so strange. About like, not strange, but it's interesting about the U.S. that you have a lot of European city names. Of course, because the people come from Europe over there and then like create new cities and want to like remember their home. So there's like Paris and Venice and all these kind of cities in the US. So that's really interesting. Oh, okay. But this is, oh no, it's not. They're actually there. I thought you moved them around to go in there. Why are people removing backgrounds? I don't understand for this kind of task. Here's my attempt at a challenge. I edited a picture. So my son playing hockey. Wow, okay. The biggest challenge was matching all reflections, which still to be matching reflections. But why create a black background? Anyways, so interesting. What is interesting also here is they are very evenly spread over the picture. Like you see this perfect triangle? That is really strange. Very interesting. Okay. Is it the same here? Oh, did you move them around? Because here you see the relation seems different. Yes, I think you moved them around. So this guy is further from the other guy. You can see here they are next to each other. And then you move that guy up here. So probably this is why the background was changed to move them around. That is interesting. Okay. Hi, DV. Thanks for the birthday wishes. From Colorado. Wow, nice. Wasn't showing up? Is it not? But it's public. YouTube is so strange sometimes. It's probably not on my channel and didn't send out a message either, right? Oh, no, wait. When I go on YouTube, no, it's showing up for me on my page. So, okay. The internet is doing some strange things today. So you move them around. That's interesting. Any tips and suggestions on how to approach multiple reflections? Because there's no reflections here. Multiple. Well, basically you just do them individually. So I don't think there's any way just to do all of them, because of course they are also different in perspective. So I would do them individually and then just adapt them as need be. And it's kind of a fast, easy process. So doesn't take too long to do it individually for these 3 hockey players here. Okay, interesting. Let's go. Okay, here you can see. Now this is, here we have 5 objects from Agnes. Thank you very much. Also with this kind of explosion below. And now let's go back to this. And you can see how different that is. This is what I was talking about. If you thought, hey, Olivio, don't talk like stupid. We can track 5 people at the same time, no problems. Look at that. It's different. It's difficult to look at these objects and find a relation between them just because it's a bigger number, you know? So it's actually like that. It sounds funny if you say, hey, why 5 is still a low number. Even if this would be people, it would be a lot harder to find relations because at a certain point, individuals become a crowd. And then we see them as a crowd with kind of a crowd mentality going on, even if it's not in the people, but as our looking out onto the crowd, we see them as one, how can I say, as one group. You know what I mean? While when it's 3, you can see them as individuals. And as big the number, when the numbers get bigger and bigger, whoa, my cat is coming. It's even harder to get that. And it's at a certain point, you still completely lose the ability to connect to individuals in the crowd or see the crowd as individuals, which is also interesting and has a lot of different interesting effects also. There we go. Let's have my cat say hello. Let me switch over. Where's the... no, that's the wrong one. Sorry. There we go. So, Lolo wants to say hello. Hallo Lolo. Hallo Lolo. Schau mal in die Kamera, Lolo. Da oben ist die Kamera. Oh, okay. Lolo. Okay, let's go. He grabbed my eye. That wasn't good. Whew. All right. Okay, let's go back to streaming. All right. Sorry. But still very interesting, very nice picture. And with the explosion, did you photograph? Oh, you photographed it separately. Okay, interesting. That's a very nice edit. I would not have thought. I thought you photographed both at the same time. And also very nice colors. Really nice, because here they are very transparent and like have these muted colors, and here they don't look transparent that much and like really extreme, like shiny, nice colors. Very cool edit, really nice. Is my sound still there? Because the cat, I think, kicked the keyboard. I think it's okay. Yeah. Lolo is so sweet. He's very sweet, but he's a handful also. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. So let's go to the next picture. Oh, there we have like some kids from Niels. Kids playing. Okay, here's another good example. You can see like with 5 people, it already goes into the direction of a group. And that's really interesting to see that effect. And yeah, very nice. Really interesting shot also through the, how do you call that? Nope. A slide. Yeah, it's a slide. Okay, or a shoot. Okay, interesting. Wait a second, we can close this. Thank you, Agnes. Very nice picture. Really cool editing with the explosion below. Okay, interesting. Everybody looking at the camera. It's yeah, a bit harsh from the editing, maybe from the contrast and such. But maybe that's also the flash that's coming from the front. I think there is flash there coming from the front. It makes it a little bit hard. Yeah, really cool. Thank you very much for that. It's interesting to see the different face expressions. That is so nice if you, especially if you like drawing or painting, these kind of different phrase expression and these kind of details are really interesting on how, like just expressions, human expressions. They're really interesting in a group also, to see the different reactions. I love these kind of painters like Spitzweg, for example. I don't know if you know him. As a German painter, he did very like studies about that in his painting, so that's pretty cool. Ingo, next picture here with ice, and is that tea? Inspiration right here, choose an autumn theme. Getting with ice and tea and oh, liquor. It's liquor. Okay. Liquor and ice cubes and leaves. So there's a lot of odds in here with like 5 ice cubes, 3 leaves, and 3 different kinds of liquors in cups for some reason. Okay, interesting. Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff going on, and it's I thought this is in a puddle. I thought, why did you like put it on the ground in a puddle? But this is actually I'm missing words again. This is actually marble, a marble table. That's very reflective, and then you have some water drips here. Interesting. Okay, nice composition. Cool. Very nice. Thank you very much for that. Let's see how much. Oh, we don't have that many today. Oh, that's why? Why didn't more people take part in that? Was it not visible on the page? I'm not a fan of this new Facebook design because everything gets hidden. And why are the announcements in an extra tab? That is so confusing. I think a lot of people don't see the announcements anymore because they are hidden in here. That is really stupid on Facebook right now. Oh, no, I missed one. There's one. Sorry, by Linda. Okay. Is this supposed to be the number of odds? Like we have 5 people here. Some more people in the background, of course. Is there some text? Family outing edited onto Unsplash photo from China. Oh, okay, okay. So that's actually a good edit. I thought they are actually there. So that's a pretty good work. Very nice. I really thought the guys are here on that pathway. Very cool. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Not what I had in mind, but still very interesting. Thank you very much, Linda, for sharing that one. What else? Okay, here we have another one with the 3 mushrooms here. So that's also very nice. And yeah, also a nice relation between them. And again, like you can see, if you... Let's copy this image over here again, just to show you the before and after. If you only have 2 mushrooms, you can see that is a different image, you know, than comparing it to the situation where you have these 3 mushrooms. There's a different kind of dynamic between them, a different kind of photo situation that kind of makes it more interesting for the eye to look at. Of course, you don't have to do that all the time. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that couldn't be an interesting element. And here we have it with just 1. Or maybe I should have taken the other one, which is more in focus. And that's, again, different, you know. So let's put this here. You see, like that. Also interesting. Also really interesting picture, but doesn't have the same dynamic. So you can see how much of an influence it makes. And these kind of little rules really give you a nice way to think about what kind of photo do you want to take, what do you want to put into the picture, stuff like that. Okay, so basically that's, I think, it. Because we have here one picture by Klaus, which is a nice idea, but kind of doesn't really fit because it's so hard to see. You have here the moon, and I guess this is then Jupiter and Saturn, or the other way around, which is an odd number, but it's such a small part of the picture that it's kind of like, yeah, difficult to really say something about that, you know? But yeah, still, it's very nice. Okay, cool. A little bit harsh editing, I would say. It's more like I don't know, a dust storm or something. It looks very dramatic, like End Worlds scenario-like. So I would rather maybe make it more of a subtle editing or something that brings in this kind of night sky look, night colors, if there is some colors behind that. Anyway, I don't know. I'm not doing these kind of night photos, but often you see this kind of beautiful colors from the Milky Way or something. That I'm not sure if you can see the Milky Way into that direction or not. Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. All right, so we we're basically already finished. There haven't been that many pictures in here. Although we can let's go real quick to we can go to Google and look at some images here, some other examples. I mean, you can see them if you just search that. You can find a lot of interesting examples here for that. And oh yeah, here's another example. Like I said before, with this. So let's see. So you can see here it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 7 people, and you already start losing track of them. And then here we have the 3. And you find more of a connection between them. So that's a really, really interesting kind of thing that is happening with us. And always, you see also the interesting thing, like you can see here with these penguins. Are they penguins? Would you call them penguins? I'm not sure. No, they are birds. Sorry, they're not penguins at all. They are, what's their name? I don't remember. They are really cool with the red beak. Because in an odd number, you have this easy, turning it into an imbalance, like here with 2 and 1, you have a much easier time. Wow, my cat is bad. To create this story in your mind where you say, oh, these two have to be friends, but he was cast out for some reason, and he's kind of has an envy. He also wants to be like sitting there having fun with them, but he isn't. He's like, he has to be like keeping his distance or something like that. Or maybe he's in love with this bird, but this is like, I don't know, stuff going on, if you know what I mean. So making up these stories in your mind is a lot easier, and you can create this imbalance very easy because there is always kind of an imbalance with 3. So this is a very nice way to create this kind of dynamic between subjects or objects in your puffins. Yes, puffins. Thank you very much. Very nice. Okay. Moving clouds, no edit. Okay, cool. But it's still a harsh edit, I would say. But that's really up to date. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it like that. I just feel like, that's my stream plan for today. Yeah, it's a lot going on. Do some people want to join? No. Okay. Let me switch over real quick to my talk view just to see at the plan what we want to do next. Was it a good review or not? Maybe I went a little bit too fast. I kind of like to talk about these topics at length. At the same time, I can understand people don't want to watch like a 5-hour stream. So, I don't know. Okay, so the review is done. What else do we want to talk about? I'm not sure if I want to bring up that, or maybe I should. We talked about that with the membership already. I will leave this out. How much more do we have? So we have 1 more hour, so we can do some photo editing now. And one thing I wanted to talk about. So we did a poll in my main group here, and most people said, I'm not sure where the poll is actually. Do we have a post topic for polls here? I don't think so, right? No, we don't. Probably can't find it now. So we did a poll a while back asking everybody what they like most. And most people said landscape editing, and then also composites were a big number of people interested. Oh, I think did I do it on my YouTube channel? I don't think I did it there. Or maybe I did. Let's see. And so I thought to make my channel a bit more consistent. I didn't do it on Facebook. Okay, on YouTube. To make the next month. So wait, what is that? October. Mostly about landscape editing. To have like also a kind of a goal to say, okay, we want to go from this kind of starting photo, or kind of an idea of a transition. Where do we go from where to where do we want to go, and then create mainly videos about landscape editing, or things that have to do somehow with landscape or nature. It's not always about landscape, also nature and animals and like things that are out there, editing of these kind of photos, and then transition into the next topic that will be then in already November. So time is really flying by. To give it a little bit more of consistency on my channel. But I still want to do also videos about tools and basic things to do on the channel, stuff like that. Wait, let's pop out the chat so we can look at the chat again. And then we will start photo editing, because I saw something really cool today on Pinterest that I want to do. The quick review was okay, I think. Okay, that's good. Thank you, Ingo. Can you do a tutorial on how to edit like Brenton Woeful in Affinity Photo? Let me look who that is. Okay. Oh. Ooh, that's nice. Ah, okay. That is really nice. Yeah, I will bookmark that. I will look into that. That's a really good suggestion. Also, it also fits my the way that I like, the kind of look I like. So that's pretty cool. Thank you very much for that. All right. Yeah. So as we worked out some plans on with my Angels group on what to do with the channel. And so one idea was to like also have a bit more consistency with the topics, and not like a super extra focus, but a little bit more consistency on the topic, and maybe also a little bit more personality of myself in the videos and in the editing process, and also pushing that kind of my form of creativity more onto the channel, like still having really good solid tutorials, but more having also a bigger part of the personality and the artistic part in there too. Might be interesting. So yeah, those are the ideas. So I want to try to focus a lot of the videos next month on landscape editing, like I started already this month, and then transition in November into the next topic, not completely switching over. Again, also that's not what I'm meaning. I'm not going to jump from topic to topic and being super focused, but to transition in a senseful, meaningful way that helps everybody to create interesting pictures, and it's interesting for most of the community, you know. Okay. All right, let's go on maybe to photo editing now. And today I have prepared something that's a little bit different. Let's switch to the live view again. There we go. Okay, this here with the fish. I was looking around on Pinterest, my favorite page for inspiration, as I always say. Really cool things here, and I've never seen these pictures, and there's a lot of them where it's just black and white. And this is something I want to talk about today, because this is a very, very good way to get started with composites. Because black and white means for you, it makes it a lot easier. As you can see here, with this here, for example, and these kind of pictures, all the kind of stuff, which is mainly black and white. And they are a little bit ghostly, of course, like also here with these giraffes and stuff, like this here, for example. They are have kind of this kind of scary touch, so you don't have to do it like that. There is one that's more dreamy. This is more maybe a positive picture here. But the good thing is you don't have to worry about colors. You don't have to worry about all these kind of consistencies inside of the picture. The only thing you have to worry about, there is cat hair flying around here, is like the composition and the lighting. And that's everything, and you have to carry about it. That makes it really easy for you to get into it and to get a good eye for composition and to get a good understanding of what you can do with the picture and to just play around, you know? So this is, I think, a really good starting point, even though I like to do these very colorful things, as you know, and people also seem to be very much into color. This is a really great starting point. So I want to actually get something that is similar to this fish picture here. And let's go to Unsplash. So this is going to be the edit of today to play around with that. So we need a fish. And we can just take that fish here, the first one. It's already perfect. just do like a quick composition here. So let's go for forest. What do we have here? This looks good. So here, boom, boom, boom. We already have our pictures. And this is also the nice thing. You don't have to think too much about all these kind of things. Does it mix from the lighting, from the atmosphere, from all these kind of different things? You know what I mean? You just bring together the elements, and then you can play around with them. You know, so that makes it very, very easy and approachable. So for beginners, that's actually a very good thing to do. Where do I have my downloads? There we go. So let's open up first our forest. There we have it. And then we want to also open up the fish. Let's go. There we have the fish. Let's have a look at my chat real quick. Kind of feel like I want to close the window and open it again because today is a little bit buggy. There we go. Okay. Hi, S29, interesting username. Okay, thank you for the birthday wishes. All right. Josh says, I like your hat. Thank you very much. I need one for me. Yeah. I don't see them very often. I really like them with this kind of reflective thing. And people always enjoy that. Also, if I go out for, I don't know, what is it like? If you wear hats like that, St. Patrick's Day or something like that. Or what is coming around now? Halloween, stuff like that. And people are always happy with that hat. It's very positive, and it can be a lot of different, it fits a lot of different occasions, you know. If this is kind of an anniversary thing or a St. Patrick's Day thing or a, I don't know, what could it be? Any kind of celebration, a golden hat always fits for some reason. All right, let's go on here. So we only want to make a very easy selection here. The brush is too small. Let's make it a little bit bigger. And there we go. Let's bring our goldfish over. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. By the way, we can also look today at where to get brushes, because that's also something someone asked me. I was thinking about maybe making a tutorial video about that. Where do you find brushes? How do you install them in Affinity Photo and then adjust them a little bit? So you can actually use them, because most brushes are done for Photoshop. And of course, Photoshop has, as they say, proprietary settings. So they only work in Photoshop, and you can't make them work in other software. Sorry. So you have to reset them, or you have to readjust them. So that's maybe a bit complicated. So there we go. We copy this over, and then, whoops, I don't want to copy it here. I want to copy it here. So we already have the fish here. Okay, and you can see now, you can already see, if you look at the picture, you would have to do a lot of adjustment to make it look like the fish is actually there in the forest. So this would be complicated to do. But if you just turn it black and white, you don't have to do that. The only thing you have to do is just to adjust these sliders here. You say, okay, I want to have the fish a little bit darker, like so maybe. And then let's look at the forest, make this part of the forest a little bit brighter. As you can see here, these parts are green. And then, yeah, we can make these parts a little bit darker. And there we go. And this already looks pretty good. You see, it's not much hassle here. You just put the fish in here, and now you can play around with the composition. What else do you want to do? And this is like the main learning process. And this is something I also tell people often, is if you want to learn something, oh my God, my background really shines through over here. It's with the settings, they are strange again. Maybe, let me see if I can make this a little bit darker. Maybe it looks better. There we go. Brightness. Does this do anything? No. Does it do anything at all? Oh. Maybe the saturation? Oh, okay, saturation helps. Let's set it back to 50 as it is originally. Okay, now it's good. Now we have a nice background. That's good. Yeah, okay, so we can close this again. If the price of gold goes up, the price of gold is going through the roof, I think, right now. By the way, if you're from the US, you might not know this. The dollar is falling like a rock right now. It's really amazing because I get paid in dollars from you, and then I'm living in Europe, so I have to convert it to euros. And the dollar fell like 10% compared to the euro. So my money fell by 10%, which is really drastic right now. So, wow, that's painful. I mean, it's not that painful because I just have to keep it in dollars right now. I can't transfer it. But at the same time, that means I don't have, I can't use that money right now. And I hope it goes back up at some point. But if you don't know, now you know. It's a little bit of a problem right now. For the dollar, not for me, for the dollar. I'm talking about that. All right. Okay, so what do we want to do here? Now, if we look at our picture, and this is also something I would suggest to you if you want to learn about doing composites and stuff, look for pictures you like that are easy. And I know as a beginner, it's hard to understand what is easy, what is hard. So this is why black and white is a good starting point, is because it's a lot easier compared to anything that's in color. And then try to use them in an inspiration and create something that's similar. Doesn't have to be exactly the same, but similar, because this gives you a way, first of all, to control it to a better picture, and also that you already have an artistic solution to, because every artistic work is an artistic problem that you have to solve creatively. And if you don't know how, it's going to look bad because you don't know how to put the pieces together. But if it's already solved for you, it's a lot easier for you to do that because you only have to follow these steps, you know? Right. Okay. Is the hat even more shiny now? Ding, 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 ding. Golden hat. So we have some fog here. Okay, and at this point, I want to point out, so Brashizi. This is a page where I often go. Now, I have to point out, this is really important. They are kind of strange with their rules here, because you can use them, but I think not commercially or something like that. It's really strange. Or if you use them commercially, you have to name them in the product. Like right now, if you look at the information of my video, there should somewhere, it should say that this video might be using stuff from Brashizi and from other pages, like Unsplash and Pixabay and stuff like that. So you can just go here. You can see what of those are. Not all of them are brushes, but you can look through them, and then you can find a lot of things. Like, for example, cloud. You go here, and then you find different cloud brushes. They have some premium brushes that you can't download unless you pay. And then they have a lot of free stuff. There's also lightning brushes, stuff like that. So there's also bridges. There's a lot of things you can find here that you can then use as, there's explosions down here, that can use as brushes in Affinity Photo or in Photoshop. So that's very helpful. I have downloaded some time ago a set of these, where are they? Fog brushes here, fog brushes. And I'm using that a lot. You have seen me using them a ton of times in my live streams when I do these compositions. So yeah, so what we want to do here, and if you look at the picture again, so if you want to learn from a picture, look at that and try to analyze it a little bit. So go through step by step, layer by layer, think about what is happening. So you can see here, we have some fog here, and we have more fog in the background and less fog in the foreground. And there is more fog behind the fish. So, and this is also, let's copy this over actually into Affinity Photo real quick. So we can make some lines here. Okay, so this is also an artistic element. So you can also learn a lot about how artists work with their stuff. So the important thing here that you can see in this picture is it's not just a natural process that there is more fog in the background here. Let's make this a little bit smaller. So you can see these parts here. Why is this transparent? Okay, so this is not good. Let's undo this. Sorry. So you can see this is a dark tree, but also this is a dark tree. And what you can also see in that case is that these create two lines that frame this situation in the middle. So basically, as you can see here, these two trees are not just by accident darker. we have here a frame that goes around the scene, so you can concentrate on the stuff that is going on here. So that's also already is a frame inside of a frame, basically. So inside of the picture is like a door. So that's already a very smart artistic decision. Now, if we go here, you can see we have some fog here in that area, but then there's a lot more fog in the background. And the reason for that is not just because it's natural to have more denser fog in the distance because you look through the air and see more fog. The more important part here is if you look at these parts here of the fish, I should make errors, you can see that this creates a contrast. So you can see the fish here very well because the background is so light. So the dark parts of the fish now become more apparent compared to a forest where you wouldn't have that. And normally, usually, naturally in this kind of forest, because it's night, the background would be a lot darker. There wouldn't be that much light, but artistically, you want the fish to be super visible. So to have this glowing fog in the background, and also to drain out most of the other trees, so it's not getting too confusing, makes a lot of sense artistically, you know. And then of course we have these other elements where you have the boy, which is also very dark. You can see him easily. He has his hands up, and there is kind of this light ball here also. And the fish also has these light balls in the eyes. And this connects these two in a very easy way. So yeah, there's a lot of decisions in there that as a beginner you don't know about, but if you analyze these pictures, you learn about them and can apply them to your own composites. So there's a lot of process in here. It's really nice. It's interesting that he used so much foreground. So that's kind of interesting why that decision was made. Also, I mean, there is these kind of lighter points here that are interesting that just give a little bit more of substance to the foreground. But you probably could get away by just making this smaller like that and not have that much foreground. Like so, if you have like an Instagram picture, stuff like that. So that could also be interesting. Of course, the height of the pictures you can see here makes it more dramatic and more scary compared to our smaller version. If you look like that, that looks a lot more like stable. You know what I mean? All right. Okay, so much for looking at the different parts of the picture. Now we go over to our picture, which doesn't look as good at the moment. So let's go here and have our brushes. Let's make a new layer. Want to turn the color to white, and then we go with our fog brushes, and we have a lot of different in here. This one is already very nice. I need to make this bigger, or maybe I should make the resolution smaller. So let's have a lot of fog behind our fish. Actually, maybe I should push the fish a little bit higher. Okay, so let's put this in here, and then let's take another brush. Also make this bigger. Maybe I want to put this in front of the fish now. Okay. And then let's make another layer here in the background, make this even bigger. Okay, that's apparently the maximum for some reason. Wait, let's use another brush. Let's see, like this brush here. I think I will like just take this brush and then stretch it out a little bit, like so. Okay, so the fog is also coming a little bit into the foreground. Okay, so now let's, wait a second. Let's turn off these areas here. So this is my first fog. And let's go here, underlying composite ranges. So from the original photo, and pull this down a little bit, and then make a second point and pull this up a little bit. So we have the fog, but the darker parts, the trees are still looking through in a nice way. Let's make this not linear, but curved. So that could be good. Let's duplicate this to make it a little bit stronger. And then maybe adjust this a little bit down. Okay, so we have this. Thank you, Leslie, for the birthday wishes. Really cool. Did I miss something again in the chat? No, I didn't. This time I didn't. Okay. All right. So we have this part. Let's zoom out here. Boom. Okay. So let's have the other one that's up here. Let's see where we want to place the fish. Maybe let's make the fish a little bit smaller, like so. Put it more up here. I'm not sure if we're going to add a person or not. Right now the fish is enough. So let's add some more stuff here to the background. Let's lock these two so I'm not accidentally moving them. Push this up, maybe stretch this out a little bit. And then also maybe adjust this a little bit. Like so. Wait, we can't see anything. Sorry. Okay, that's okay. Good. So you can see now when we have so much stuff going on in the background, how much this brings out the fish. Because before, if we turn this off, now the fish is kind of hard to see, and now he's very easy to see. And of course, now we want to put a little bit of fog over the fish too. Let's go like this to make him a bit more mysterious. Let's stretch this and maybe bring this up here like so. That is kind of good. Stretch this out a little bit to the side. Okay, so now, I feel like maybe that's a bit much on the upper part. Let me see. Yeah, that's a bit much here. Let's take my eraser brush and let's remove a little bit of this stuff up here. Hardness, opacity, make this like small. I'm just gonna erase some of the stuff up here. Feels a little bit too much. Okay, good. All right. And by the way, this is another trick you can do. Just zoom out and see, can you still see kind of what's going on? And then zoom in again, or you can also blur it. That's another good trick. You set on the upper layer, you set a blur, not like this, but like so. This is separate, like this, and then you blur it. And then if you can still like kind of understand what is going on in the image, you have kind of a good composition. And you can see right now it's a little bit blurry still, or like not blurry. It's of course it's blurry, but it's like hard to read. So the next thing we want to do, and this is also an interesting thing here, is can you explain flow? What does it do? What do you mean by flow? Not sure what you mean by flow. Can you explain that a little bit better? Is it like is it a function in Affinity Photo, or you mean like artistic flow or something? I'm not sure. Okay, so a really big part here is, if we go back again to our picture, is, no, wait a second, we have it also over here. We can close this. Is to adjust what is dark, what is bright. And this is like, this is the pathway where you guide the attention and you structure the image. So it basically is like the rhythm or something, or the melody in music, you know? So you have to, this is a really important part of editing, of doing composite stuff like that. So in this case, I would just paint it on to the picture. Flow and opacity. Oh, I understand. Okay. I didn't know what you mean by that. So opacity, I made actually a video about that you can watch. I will also link that real quick. Let's go here to the basic brushes. Wait a second. Let's go to YouTube real quick. No. There we go. Okay, so let's go here to my channel. Flow. Boop. There you have it, opacity and flow. So this is a video where I explain that. I will put that into the chat, but I will also explain it here real quick. So the difference is, let's go here to make a new window real quick here, like so. Give me a background. Okay, good. Let's make a new layer. And then let's take maybe a color like red. Yes, that's okay. Good. Let's make a brush. No, this is not red. Now we go. Okay. So you can see here, if I turn this opacity on, let's say 10%, and I paint on this, as long as I don't put like lift the finger off my mouse, no matter how often I paint over this, it's always staying with the 10%. There's nothing going to be added. And this, especially if I don't see what I'm doing, gives me a lot of control. So I can paint over this and it will be completely even. Everything is 10%. And then if I click again now, this will now add another layer, not another layer, but another, like, you know what I mean, another paint, with again 10% to the image. And again, everywhere, no matter how often I go over the same area, it's always just these 10% opacity. Now the difference is now if I go to flow and I set flow to 10%, like I did before, you will see if I paint here, it starts out similarly, but now if I go over it again, it adds up until I have 100%. So this is a problem if I work with an area where I can't really see it. I can't see what I'm doing. This is why I'm using opacity and not flow. But flow is kind of with a brush, where you have this more or with airbrush. Think about airbrush, where you spray with a can on a wall like graffiti or something. The more you go over it, the more it adds. And I'm not getting my finger off the mouse, like just with one stroke. So this is good for painting, for example. If you want to paint something, then you can add these different kind of layers here. So you can see, and the more often I go over it, the more color it adds. Yeah, and with opacity, it does not do that. So opacity, I think, is, for me, the better solution because it gives me a lot more control. Hi, Wilbur. Thank you very much for the birthday wishes. Really cool. By the way, again, my birthday is on the 29th September, but I'm still doing the stream today. So just to not confuse people if I then make a post next week about the birthday. All right, so we have this here. Oh, we want to add the fish eyes first, maybe. So let's go here. I want to go over the fish layer and just create a circle here. So this is really easy. And one thing you need to know about creating glow when you want to create glowing things is when you go to effects here and you go to glow, this only shows you two controls. I'm not sure why they decided it like that. You have to go on this little cogwheel here, click on that, and there is the most important slider. They didn't put it there for some reason, is intensity. Because if I push this up here, you get a glow, but the glow is kind of weak. And when you go here, you can see you can have it very intense or not intense at all. So this is really important. If I make now the radius bigger and the intensity bigger, you can get a really strong glow, you know, so that is a really important part. Okay, so we have this, and then just hold Alt and click, and then I am on the wrong layer, so that didn't work at all. Okay, let's just right click here and duplicate, and also maybe lock this layer here that we created before. And now I can just move this over here to the second eye, make it a little bit smaller, like so, I guess, maybe rotate it a little bit. And that looks pretty good. Okay, so now we have the fish with the glowy eyes. That already looks pretty awesome. Maybe make this a little bit bigger. Let's see, let's zoom out. And maybe readjust the glow over here a little bit. That's the wrong one. Wait a second, let's make this 130 pixels. No, that's too much. Okay, let's go back to 100. Yeah, let's keep it like that. Okay, good. No, move the fish. There we go. Okay, good. Okay, so now let's come to the important part. I will create a layer on top of basically everything. Let's just do it on everything. And this is our dodge and burn layer. I'm doing this. I'm not using the dodge and burn tool as always. So we zoom in here, and then I'm using my normal brush. Where is it? There we go. Let's just a basic brush. You double click, open this up. You've seen me do this a lot of times. And we want to set the layer. Sorry. We want to set this layer to soft light like that. And then everything that's over 50 in that field here, luminosity, is 50 is neutral. So if I paint here with 50, nothing happens, as you can see. And if I go really dark, it gets dark. And if I go bright, it gets bright. So this is just this kind of effect. And now we can use that to paint in area. So I will reduce the opacity on top of reducing, adjusting the brightness here, just so I can add additional layers in the areas where I feel like I want to. And this is not contrast, so don't confuse this with contrast, because contrast would just change the contrast wherever on the fish in the same way. But what we want to do is to artistically shape the light and shadow situation in the image. So this is why we do that with the brush by hand. So now, for example, we can, let's zoom out a little bit here, and we can paint in this area and say, okay, I want this a little bit darker, and then I want to have it increasingly darker in that area. So I can just paint on this multiple times, and maybe also set this a little bit darker here. So we can go like this, and I can also bring this here, maybe add a little bit more darkness over here. Okay. You can see like how when I do this, I also shape the surface in that way. You know, if it was too much, you can just go here and then just paint on a brighter area again. So you can be really, really flexible with this. You can also, if you think you put up too much over here, you can just erase it. So that's a possibility. And now we're just going in here, and we are going to paint in different areas. You can see here, again, shaping a little bit the surface, like everything that's lighter sticks out and everything that's darker stays in. And you can see here, for example, if I paint over this, and I also like have the front of the fin with my selection here. Let's make this darker down here. I can then afterwards just take my eraser. This is way too big, of course. And hardness, let's make this a little bit harder here. I always keep the hardness a little bit soft with the eraser, so it's not like a pixel etch. And now you can see I can just remove that again over here, so the darkness stays in the area where I want to keep it. And this just shapes the fish, you know, and makes it a lot more interesting, a lot more readable. So that's an interesting part here. And if you do highlights, if you go in the other area, make the brush a little bit smaller. So it's probably a good idea to do the dark areas first and then make the lighter areas afterwards. So you don't have to change the brush setting all the time, you know. So let's do the darker areas first. Sancity says, just joined and learned it's not your birthday yet. So saving, no, you can congratulate me today. There's no problem with that. I don't have any kind of superstitions in that kind of direction, so don't worry about that. Okay, let's just paint this on here in that area. And then just take it away again on the areas where we don't need it. Like so. And this can be super helpful. Let's do it down here. That's probably a bit more interesting, the part down here. I want to make this dark here in that area. And then I also want to shape, so the underbelly, can see we make this very dark, also over here a little bit. And kind of also back here, let me see. The selection, I forgot to make the selection soft, so this is not good right now. We can work on that later on, I think. Okay, let's wait a second. Yeah, let's use the eraser real quick. So I want to make this. Oh, I took too much. Like so. And then, oh no, I want to keep this. Now I have to go smaller here. I should have done the other side first. That was not too smart right now. Let's reduce the opacity here. Okay, then bring the opacity back up. Remove these parts down here. Whoops, that was too much. And that's kind of a really important part. And it's really nice to learn that with a black and white picture because it's so much easier. And it's like the most important part about learning is that you understand what you do and what you want to change about doing that. You know, so that's the most important part about that process. I want to quickly select the fish, and then what I want to do is selection. I want to shrink that a little bit. Let's go with 3, and then feather it a little bit. 3 again. Okay, and then I want to invert the selection like so. Select the fish layer and then just hit delete on my keyboard. There we go. And now we should have a nice, yeah, so now it's a bit softer. Yeah, don't worry too much about that. It's, yeah, okay, it's not the nicest selection that I did here. So yeah, let's not think too much about the selection. I didn't do a good job here. All right. Let's go back here. Delete some. Whoa, very bad, very bad. Okay, let's delete some of that stuff here. Okay, what else do we want to do to make this guy look a little bit nicer? And you can see, let's see at the dodge and burn before and after. You can see how much this really changes also how good you can see the fish. Actually, I think I want to make a lot of these parts. You can also add multiple layers of dodge and burn. So let's make another one. And let's give me a bigger brush. I can just like darken some areas here a little bit. Happy birthday from Poland. Thank you very much, Andrzej. Andrzejczyk. Is that the right way to say that? Okay. You know what? I'm going to just paint on this. This is another thing you can do. Let's paint on this just to make these areas here a little bit darker around the outer parts. Whoa. Okay, let's move this away. Just to make the fish a little bit darker on the outside. You can see I'm also influencing the background right now. But the good thing here is whoa. I can always now make a selection of the fish by just clicking on the layer while holding control. So we have a selection and then I just go here, select, invert selection, and then I go delete. No, wait, I have to go first to the new layer we created and then go delete. And this now deleted everything outside of my fish. So now I still have this inside. The adjustments are made on the inside, so that's pretty helpful. All right, okay. Good. We can also play around with a little bit of contrast here. So let's go here to my curves and apply that to the fish. There we go. And then pull this down a little bit and then pull this up a little bit. Okay, so that's good. And this, by the way, is now not influencing our dodge and burn that we have created before. It's just influencing the fish because the dodge and burn layers are up here. So you can see before and after. We added a lot more readability to the fish and also to the form of the fish. Now, again, like I said before, if you zoom out now, you can see much easier the form on how it bends. Remember before, when we looked at the fish picture, like you can see here, it's kind of hard to see what is going on, what is its shape, where is it going, because it's so small. And for you, of course, it's even smaller on your screen. Let's make it a little bit bigger for you. Let's go like this. You can see that it's kind of hard to like understand what is going on. And now if we have this here, it's much easier to see a fish form in here and how the body bends, you know? So this is why this is so helpful to do these kind of things. Okay. I'm kind of thinking about, yeah, we want to do the same thing for the background. So let's do this a little bit here. Let's set this to soft light. I think with the background, maybe we can go a little bit faster also. What is the time, by the way? Okay, so we still have good timing. Want to make these areas here on the side a little bit darker. We could actually, let me make a new layer here, and then just make this, paint some black onto here. This is not black, this is gray. Okay, so that wasn't good. Delete, okay. And then again, back to our dodge and burn layer. Bring this a little bit in here. And you can see now how this focuses our attention onto the fish, because of course, as humans, we always look into the direction where it's bright, because there we can see something. And we're not looking in the other direction so much, because when it's dark, you can't see something. You rather start to run away. So, yeah. And this is how you guide the eye, you know. The darkest parts, less interesting. The lighter parts, more interesting. So if you have something interesting in your picture, it should be either in the darker area, in the lighter area, or it should be lighter than the part in the darker area. No, so for example, if it's a night photo, everything is dark, but you have, for example, reflections that are bright in your sunglasses, then this is a bright part in the picture that draws the attention in, you know. So yeah. That's good process. Let's make another layer here again with our dodge and burn soft light kind of effect, just to work a little bit on the ground down here. So you can see, and this is a very cool process. It's a lot of fun to do, and you can learn a lot from that. So I would really suggest to you, if you want to learn about these kind of things, put on some nice music that you like, and then just play around with all these kind of things that you can do, and see where they lead you, and compare them to other works you find online. And this will like really quickly help you to get a lot better with composites and with your artistic eye. And this is the most important thing you should be worried about, is to understand the basics and to train to read other artistic works and what makes them good artistic works, interesting artistic works. So right now I'm just making these trees here a little bit darker so we can see them a little bit better in the picture. Can also do this up here. I don't want to do it behind the fish so we don't get too distracted from that. But up here in these areas, this is, let's make this one. And like I often say, my main suggestion is go to simple works and go to also paintings or drawings, because there you can easier see what is going on in the picture, you know. The easier it is for you to understand what is going on and to follow the project of the artist and get something out of it, the better it is. Because if you take something, and this is the main thing, like a lot of people come and say, hey, can you show me how to do this? And show me something that is really, really complex, you know, a really complex composition, and they want to do it on their own from the beginning without even knowing the basics about photo editing. That's not going to work. You're just going to be really frustrated about that. Okay, so you can see how much more we have attention now. Let's turn this on and off again. 1 second. You can see. So this is not very focused, not giving you any good attention points. You don't know where to look. And here we have like just shaped it a little bit from the light situation. Just in a very quick, simple way. You can play around with it a lot more, but you can see how this focuses the attention, and also how it brings a little bit more drama, I would say, to the picture. This area here seems a little bit too dark for my taste, so I might want to undo this a little bit. Let's take my eraser brush here, and this is also the good thing about this instead of actual dodge and burn, is you can just simply go back all the time with that. Let's go here. Okay, and also I think this part here is a little bit too dark maybe. Okay, that's kind of good. We could think about adding okay, thank you, Flash, or JLG. Thank you very much. I don't speak, I think that's French. Cumpleaños. Feliz cumpleaños. What does cumpleaños mean? That's an interesting word. I've never seen that. Let me check that out. Ah, yeah, really? I've never heard that. Oh, I have, the sound is off. 1 second.
Cumpleaños.
Cumpleaños. What? Again.
Cumpleaños.
Cumpleaños. Ah, okay. Thank you very much. Gracias. Do you say gracias, muchacho, or is that like unfriendly? What would you say in that sense? Gracias, senor. Gracias, my friend. Mi compadre. Is that the right one? I'm not sure. Okay. Maybe let's see if we can find some guy to add here, because here we have that guy. So we can try that. Splash. There we go. Can we find someone with raising hands here? We could take that guy and then move the hands up. But he's facing us, right? I mean, doesn't really matter because we're gonna like just switch him over to black anyways as a silhouette. I mean, yes, we can try to use that guy. Okay, there's a lot of... Wait. Hands up. We have another 15 minutes, so we need to get a little bit quick here. But we need a full... Oh. Maybe that guy. We just bend the arms up a little bit. That would be nice, but it's not a full person. This is the wrong perspective. This is kind of strange here. I mean, a kid would be good with raising hands because it's even more scary. This is also why they probably took that kid in this picture here. You see, this is a kid. It's not a grown man. And that makes it a lot more scary because it adds this kind of dimension of, first of all, kid at night alone in the forest is scary enough on its own. But then kids doing evil stuff that needs a grown-up mindset but is then found in a minor, that makes it very creepy. So that is also an element why this is like a trope that you find in stories, in movies, in these kind of storytelling things, because you have this high contrast because between the innocence of a kid and the evilness of kind of a demon spawning wizard or whatever that is. So the contrast is a lot higher than with a grown-up, because from a grown-up you're saying, okay, grown-ups do evil things all the time, but if a kid does it, that's in another kind of very strange dimension, so that makes it even more twisted. And yeah, that's a good storytelling element, you know. It makes it more scary automatically. Yeah, a good kid photo here. Maybe just go with the picture we have. Not gonna find a kid here that's standing there raising that arms. Okay. I mean, he looks too happy. Should we? But I'm not happy with the photos. We could try to make that guy into a kid. Let's try that. Wow! Oh, there's the picture. Okay, let's see. We could try that. All right. So we have another, like, yeah, still 15 minutes. I didn't actually spend as much time as I thought. So, okay, we have 15 minutes to put this guy into the photo, raise the arms, and make him maybe into a kid. So let's see how we can do that, if we can do that. Okay, so first of all, we want to select that guy. Please work, software. Okay. Yeah, that's not really... I mean, it's very pixelated also. Maybe I need a picture where the guy's a little bit bigger in the picture. And it's not as bad as I thought. Okay. Let's see, black and white. Yeah, it's not as good as I hoped it would be. Come on, please, be nice. Yeah, I guess. Okay, let's copy this over into the other picture and see if that is... Oh my god. he can be fish footer. He's like way too small. He can ride the fish rider. Like if you put him down here, that's gonna be super pixelated, I guess. Or not? Oh no, okay. Well, it's kind of. Well, anyways, let's try this. How do we turn this guy into a kid? Let's give this a try real quick. I'm not sure if I like can do this right now, but let's just give it a try. This is already pixels. That's good. Okay, so let's take the head, copy, and then delete this. Bring this in again. Whoops! Don't want to have text. Let's resize the head. Okay, so first step, bigger head. Okay, then the legs are, is the upper body, okay, let's separate the legs here, 1 second. Let's take this leg first, copy, fill, and then delete this, and then take the other leg, copy, fill, and then delete this. Okay. Good. So I would suggest that the legs are shorter in a kit. Maybe move this up a little bit, or maybe not. Okay, just a tiny bit. Are they wider also? I don't think so. Let's keep it like that. Looks like a kid, right? Okay, so the arms. Next, the arms, I think we have to probably make this part shorter, but then keep the hands big. Let's do this individually again. Let's go in here. Do it like so. We could... Wait a second, did I? Ah, no, that's good. Okay, I understand. I was a little bit confused for a second. Okay, so it's kind of a creepy process right now, I know. All right, let's move this in a little bit. And I feel like they should be a little bit stronger. Okay, let's change the other side. Oh, and we also want to move them up. I forgot about that. Okay, maybe let's not do that today. Okay, let's move those in. And then we have the hands, and I'm not gonna make the hands again. I'm just gonna do it like this on the same layer. So let's make the hands a little bit bigger and then move them in. And then do the same on the other side. So this is on the same layer. I'll make this a little bit bigger. And then move that in. There we go. And there we have our kit. I hope so. Does it look like a kit? It looks kind of like a kid. Come on. That's good enough. Okay. So let's bring all of that together in a group maybe first. And then we want to also bring that below our adjustment. So this is actually turning black and white. Oh, now it looks pretty good. Wait, no. Should we have him here or there? I think this is better where there's a little bit more fog on him. And you can see now, and this is again, as we talked about before, If I bring the kid down here, you cannot see it. And this is why often you will see in photographs and in paintings that the artist decides when the subject is dark to also, when the subject is dark to make the background lighter. You know, you either make this with artificial lighting or you position your camera in a way where the subject stands in front of something that is brighter than the subject, you see? Because otherwise I can't see the subject, but now I can kind of see it. And you can now also see why in the other picture the artist decided to have the trees to the side, but not behind the subject. You can see like here's the problem, because on one side the hand is sinking into the foliage, on the other side the hand is sinking into the tree. It's a mess. It's kind of hard to see. If you go back to this picture here, this picture here, you can see how nice there is not so much behind the guy. It's not obstructed. There's not much going on here. And he's also framed, and this is again very interesting. You have the big frame around both of them, and then you have the small frame around the kid alone. So you can see the kid here evenly, again, separated. And you know that this is not just an accident, it is an actual separation, because the fish also is swimming around this specific tree that is separating the fish from the kid. So there is some stuff going on here that is actual artistic planning. So that's really very interesting. We are not going to go that far today. Also, I want to hide his legs a little bit because it just doesn't look good. Where's our group? With the, oh, there it is. So we can just delete that guy up here. We don't need that anymore. I will put a mask on that. And then I will simply just hide I would just pretend that this is a bigger like bulge here on the ground than it is. And just hide his legs so it looks a little bit better. Okay, take me to the brush. Dark brush, please. There we go. And then I will simply, let's go here, high opacity. And then simply paint this out so we don't see that the legs are actually in a kind of different, strange position. We could actually also like do some grass over here and stuff so we don't see that much of it. We're not going to do that right now. I kind of want to have these parts where he is a little bit darker. Sorry. Let's make another of these dodge and burn layers. And set this to soft light. I have another 5 minutes to finish this. Whoa, okay, I just so we have to high speed this a little bit. Yeah, let's go with a bigger brush. Let's set this down a little bit, and then I would just let me see. Okay, let's paint on this a little bit to make the legs darker, like so. And then tricky as before, I'm gonna select the guy and then invert the selection and then delete. Oh, okay, that was perfect. Sorry, away. Okay, good. So this only is applied now to the legs. Okay. And then I want to brighten these areas a little bit behind his hands so we see that a little bit better. Give me white, and then I will just take a soft brush here. Let's go. Hardness, let's set the hardness to 0. Make this a little bit bigger maybe. And just paint behind here. So we add some fog in that area, which doesn't belong there, but it highlights our figure, so that's good. Okay, good. So we have that. And now we can see the guy a little bit better. The problem is that the fish is not looking at him, so the composition is kind of skewed here. Moving the fish over to the side and then the guy to the other side would be like pretty complicated right now because of all of the dodge and burn layers we have created, but it would make the composition more useful, you know, if I take the fish and put it over here and then have the kid a little bit more over here. That would make more sense. By the way, I could try this real quick. Wait, we have to unlock this. Is this? No, there's another layer on top of that, so I don't know how to do that right now. Okay, One more thing we could try here is let's make a gradient over all of this, like so, and then simply make it just a black and white gradient like this, or push this like so. No, the other way, like that, and then set this to soft light, and we can adjust this a little bit so the ground gets a little bit darker. You see, like and this is, by the way, this is another good idea. If I would have made a sketch of the composition before, and I didn't think that I would add the kit in the very last moment, so the kit is now actually in the wrong position of the image. And if you plan this before, like with a simple sketch or something, or just playing around by moving the elements around, you can see if the composition actually works or not. Right now it's a little bit strange because the fish is just not looking at the guy. 1 second. We could maybe... where do we have the eyes of the fish? Ellipse, ellipse. Okay. If we move those down a little bit... No. I thought maybe we can make it in a way so the fish looks downwards onto the guy, onto the kid. I don't think that fish... Can fish look downwards like that? Let's make another layer here. Soft light, brush. Give me a dark color here. Make this smaller. This is too small. And then just, let's see, if we make this area here darker. So it just like looks a little bit more like the fish is looking down. Yeah, maybe a little bit better, right? So it's kind of this, you see? It looks a little bit more like the fish is looking down. By the way, we could also have this lip here a little bit darker, the lower part of the lip. Oh, what is happening? Is this? Oh yeah, it is working. I was confused for a second. Oh, that is too much. Okay. No, that's way too much. What is going on here right now? One second, I'm almost like... No, that's too big. Come on. No. Yeah. That's actually a little bit better. Okay. So, yeah, that was super quick. It looks like a kid. It looks like it's not too bad actually. And we made the fish look down a little bit. Yeah, so that was kind of nice. It was a little bit rushed, to be honest, but let's save this. Where do we save that actually? Let's save it here, Instagram. Let's just save it under baby forest fish. Okay. Oh, okay, so we went to 1 minute over, but that's okay. So this is basically the stream for today, where we just streamed for 2 hours. So really quick streamy stream time today. I hope you like this. Let me know if this is a good idea to keep these streams a little bit quicker. That was a very tilting the fish. Yeah, but if you tilt the fish, then you also have to tilt all the other layers. So I really should have thought about that in the beginning, to yeah, do all the other adjustments, especially all these kind of like 5 or 6 different dodge and burn layers on the fish before I do that. Yeah. So yeah. And also, of course, naming your layers helps a lot, which I didn't do that. Whee, okay. Good. So that was really nice. It was a lot of fun today. Thank you for all the very nice birthday wishes. And remember, on Tuesday, I will drop the new creative pack. Oh, I didn't talk about the creative pack. I want to show you real quick. Don't leave yet. 1 second before you leave. Let's go to the work view real quick. No, let's go to the talk view. I have to open the file first. 1 second. I want to show you that, what I prepared this, this month for you. Where is it? There we go. There's the preparation file. Okay, so what I prepared for you this month is this. It is a swatches, sorry, a gradients list for sunsets. So I created it specifically for sunsets, so you can apply that and have really cool colors for that. You can see we have in the Pro version 60 different gradients for that. You can see if I click on that, it gives me different kind of looks for sunsets. Some are more natural, some are more artificial from the look. Not every one of those works with every picture, so you have to play around with that a little bit to see what kind of results you get. But you can see, like, by the way, this is the original picture, so this is how it looks originally, and then you just apply the gradient and you can have a really nice effect. And you can see that all of these gradients have 3 parts. So there's a darker part, of course, for the ground, there's a middle part where the sun is, and there is also then another part where the sky is. And I sometimes also turned them around, which is also a nice effect, where, for example, here you have the blue part where the sun is to give a higher contrast, and then the orange part in the sky. And that also gives a nice look. You can see it here. So yeah, this is what I will present next Tuesday. So this is another one that's more natural. And I just want to have different kind of looks in there. So you can have 60 different kind of looks that you can apply with 1 click onto your picture. And of course, an online course also included that not only tells you how to adjust them, like to bring the gradients onto your pictures, but also how to adjust your pictures so this effect works better with your pictures, so you get better results with that. And just like get a nice look for your sunset pictures. All right, as you can see, like there's a ton of different things you can do with that. And yeah, they just look nice, and it's very easy, very fast to apply them, because normally you would have to do a lot of different adjustments to get different looks into your sunsets. All right, okay, that's it. Just a little sneak peek for the new creative pack. I hope you like that. And yeah, we will see each other next Tuesday. I wish you a nice rest of your Sunday. Some are just starting out, which I really envy. You have the full Sunday ahead of you, I think. Or is it for some people already Monday? Maybe I'm getting this wrong. No, it's no. Nobody has Are some people having Sunday morning right now? I'm not sure. Anyways, I wish you a nice day or a nice night. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your amazing birthday wishes, and see you on my channel or in my Facebook group soon. Have a good night. Bye.